Hello once again, all my fellow patriots and you filthy leftist stalkers out there. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Angela Box. You're watching Angela's Soapbox, where I always say what you are thinking. It just occurred to me I forgot to give a straw in my last video, so I want to make sure that I do that. But before I tell you who gets the straw for this video, I want to encourage you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, and share this video, especially with your filthy leftist friends, because they hate my guts, and for me, that's a badge of honor. All right, so we're seeing the march of fascism really ramping up with the collective left, and you know, old-fashioned ideas like content of character, not color of skin, are considered racist now. In fact, one filthy leftist said that Martin Luther King would be considered problematic because he didn't understand the struggle, I guess, or as Michelle Obama would say, the struggle. That Martin Luther King saying that we should judge one another based on content of character, not color of skin, is problematic because now the social justice warriors are saying, no, no, no. Color of skin is all we judge people on, and if you have the wrong color, you get nothing. And so this week, somebody, I guess, snuck this out and handed it off to a media person who was curious about such things before the gulag came and got him for re-education. UT Austin approves Orwellian, quote, strategic plan for faculty diversity, equity, and inclusivity. In other words, anybody but white people, that's who we're going to hire, which is 100% against the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and it's 100% discriminatory, and that's against the law. But again, in our new world order, color of skin is all that matters. How you identify is all that matters. So let's see. Here's what got snuck out somehow. Last summer, a working copy of the University of Texas at Austin, and by the way, this is going to travel to Texas A&M. It's already in University of Oklahoma, I'm sure. It's traveling to Oklahoma State. It's traveling to every red state you think is safe is not safe. I mean, these filthy leftists will not be satisfied until they have conquered every last single remaining vestige of Americanism or Judeo-Christian culture. They will not stop. All right. So the working copy of the, quote, faculty diversity, equity, and inclusion strategic plan was leaked by a UT employee. And I mean, you know they're going to try and track that person down. And again, send him to the gulag, send him for re-education. As detailed in an earlier National Association of Scholars article, this plan included a political litmus test for hiring, promotion, and even scholarship. As the article concluded, quote, in the name of diversity, equity, and inclusion, university leadership has decided to end its search for truth and to instead become a redistribution scheme for the transfer of money from students and taxpayers to new hires that, by necessity, must be committed zealots of the regime. If this plan takes effect, Texans of diverse opinions can say goodbye to any dream of being hired by its most prestigious university. So University of Texas Austin is now going full bore into social justice warrior, into the far left cavern of awful. And this shouldn't surprise anyone, because of course, you know, Austin is a bedrock of stupid and has been for quite some time, but now they're just ripping off the Band-Aid. They're not even pretending anymore. So if you want to go get hired at the University of Texas, or you want a scholarship to UT, I mean, forget about it. Unless you are the right color or the right gender identity, hashtag genderqueer, or the right oppressed minority, you can kiss that goodbye. And it's just, I mean, my God, we are just. There's a famous book by Robert Bork called Slouching Towards Gomorrah, and we're not slouching towards anything anymore. We are head sprinting into Gomorrah, into fascism, into New World Order fascism. In fact, I saw this just the other day on the Gateway Pundit, and I'm sorry. I apologize for having to look at things in real time because I don't know how to edit things. It's very sad. But the Gateway Pundit on the beginning of this week another study. Let's see, where is this? There's so many good things on Gateway Pundit, aren't there? And they get memory hold all the time. So I mean, who knows? This could be memory hold too. The road to global fascism: how Wall Street investment banks use coercion to promote social justice, climate change, and globalism. Italian dictator Mussolini said fascism was, quote, rule by the corporations, end quote. Mussolini's definition has mutated, where the global elites are now starting to use a corporate social credit score to exert control over corporations and free market enterprise. This template for growing fascism is CEO Larry Fink's BlackRock investment bank's $8.7 trillion assets under management. This article will demonstrate BlackRock's growing influence, which promotes social justice, climate change, and globalism to the detriment of free enterprise. And basically what it's saying is that there are going to be certain parameters set forth for anybody in hiring, and if you want a bank, if you want to start a small business, the banks are going to look at your politics, they're going to look at your social media, and this is really scary, people. So we have the university system, the academic system, which has been fascist for quite some time, now working hand in glove with the corporations who are increasingly fascistic. And when the government basically calls on corporate America to do its bidding, to silence, to cancel, to oppress certain people they don't agree with, that is the very definition of fascism. And I've said this before. We're not in 1776. We're in 1917 Russia. And this is the beginning of the Bolshevik Revolution. Or we are in 1933 Germany. And this is when, as we see the defund the police gain strength, and people like Black Lives Matter and Antifa are now going to be the police arm of the Democrat Party. Hitler wanted to defund the police too and use his brown shirts as a policing mechanism. What else would you call what's going on now? It's truly frightening. And the fact that the left, the collective left, is perfectly okay with this shows you that this kind of thing doesn't happen overnight. 6 million people weren't marched into concentration camps just like that. There was a lead up to it. And my friends were following the exact same playbook as we did in 1917 Russia and as we did in 1933 Germany. And it's this collective left, fascist, Nazi, our way or the highway. You're not getting nothing in the New World Order if you don't subscribe to everything we subscribe to. It is really scary. And there shouldn't be just a few of us talking about it. It should be something that more and more people are unafraid to speak of. And I mean, I'll do my part as long as I'm able to, but it's up to everyone else to do their part too. So in that vein, please, you know what? I forgot to give the straw again, didn't I? I sure did. Well, the straw for this video goes to the fascist leftists who do not want to judge people based on content of character, but rather on color of skin or immutable characteristics over which human beings have no control. So this is for you, you filthy leftists, and I'm going to speak as long as I'm able. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.